Okay, let's take a look at these questions. Encik Shariza is a Songkok trader. He buy X velvet Songkok and Y cloth Songkok from a wholesaler with the price of 9 ringgit for a velvet Songkok and 5 ringgit for a cloth Songkok. He then sell the Songkok with the price of 13 ringgit for a velvet Songkok and 8 ringgit for a cloth Songkok. Encik Shariza has a capital of 900 ringgit only. The number of velvet Songkok that are supplied by the wholesaler is not more than 2 times of the number of cloth Songkok, and the total number of Songkok supplied is not more than 140. Okay, there are 3 parts of the questions. First part, state 3 inequalities apart from x greater or equals to 0 and y greater or equals to 0 that satisfy the given constraints. Second part, using a scale of 2 cm to 20 Songkok on both axes, draw the graph for the 3 inequalities, construct and shade the feasible region R that satisfy the given constraints. Third part, based on your graph, answer the following questions. Find the maximum profit that can be obtained by Encik Shariza. Part 2, if Encik Shariza buys 60 velvet Songkok and white cloth Songkok, find the minimum profit and the maximum profit that can be obtained after he has sold all the Songkok that he bought. Okay, first part of questions, we are asked to find the 3 inequalities apart from x greater or equals to 0, y greater or equals to 0. Alright, so x is velvet Songkok, then y is cloth Songkok. Alright, so the first inequalities we can get from the price of the Songkok. Alright, the cost price for a velvet Songkok is 9. So that is 9x plus the cost price of the cloth Songkok is 5. So plus 5y is equals to, is smaller or equals to 900. Because Encik Shariza has only a capital of 900 ringgit only. So this is the first one. Then let's look for the second one. So the number of your velvet Songkok supply is not more than 2 times of the number of cloth Songkok supply. Alright, so that is x is velvet Songkok is not more than 2 times of the number, alright, smaller or equals to 2y. Okay, this is our second inequalities. The third inequalities is the total number of Songkok supply is not more than 140, meaning velvet Songkok plus cloth Songkok is not more than 140, less or equals to 140. Alright, so these are the 3 inequalities. So before we jump into the second part of the question, which asks us to draw the graph, we find out the value first. Alright, so for this one, the table is over here. So we use x, y. So this is definitely 0, y is 0. Alright, when x equals to 0, this term becomes 0. So 5y smaller or equals to 900. So y will be equals to 900 divided by 5 is 180. So when x equals to 0, when y equals to 0, this becomes 0. So x equals to 900 divided by 9 is 100. Then look for this one. Okay, this is x, this is y. So when x equals to 0, y is equals to 0 as well. Then we use when x equals to 120, then we get y, we get 120 divided by 2 is 60. Alright? How about this one, the last one? X, y, 0, 0. Alright? When x equals to 0, y equals to 140. When y equals to 0, x equals to 140. Now we have this information to draft out the graph on the graph paper. Alright? So the second part of the questions, using the scale of 2 cm to 20 songkok. This one big box is 2 cm. So 20 songkok, 40, 60, 80, 100 until 200. Because the maximum value we get here is 180. Alright, so we do it until 200. Then on the x-axis, which is the velvet songkok, is 20, 40 until 160. So the x is maximum, the highest is 140. So we give it 160. Okay. First one, x greater or equals to 0. So, meaning positive, all positive over here, y positive, alright? So, y greater or equals to 0, meaning all positive over the x-axis, alright? So, nothing much for these two. Then after that, take a look at this one. So, when x equals to 0, y equals to 180. 0, 180 over here. When y equals to 0, x equals to 100. 0, 100. Then let's draw a straight line over here. Alright, label it. This is 9x plus 5y smaller or equals to 900. Alright, the second one. When x equals to 0, y equals to 0 is over here. When x equals to 120, y equals to 60. 120, 60. Alright? So draw a line over here and label it x smaller or equals to 2y. Alright? Then next, this one, x plus y smaller or equals to 140. So when x equals to 0, y equals to 140. 0, 140. When y equals to 0, x equals to 140. 0, 140. Alright? So draw a line, connect these 2 points. Now label it x plus y smaller or equals to 440. Notice all this line is a solid straight line instead of a dotted line, because given by the question it is all smaller or equals to, smaller or equals to, smaller or equals to. Alright? So let's determine the shaded region. So this line, x smaller or equals to 2y, so which is here, alright? This is here. Then this x plus y is smaller than 140, so it is here. And 9y plus 5, 9x plus 5y smaller or equals to 900 is here. So the shaded region is here. So this will be the shaded region. Okay. Third part of the questions. Based on your graph, answer the following questions. Find the maximum profit that can be obtained by inject Sariza. So maximum profit. So the selling price of the velvet songkok and the cloth songkok is different. So let's make a table for it. This is part C, first part. Alright. So okay. This is velvet songkok. X. This is cloth songkok. Y. And then the selling price. Selling price for velvet songkok is 13 ringgit. Selling price for cloth songkok is 8 ringgit. So the cost price, meaning the buying price, how much Injek Sariza buy from is velvet songkok is 9 ringgit. Cloth songkok will be 5 ringgit. So profit. Since we are asked to find the maximum profit, we have to find out the profit for each songkok sold. Alright, 13 minus 9 is 4, RM4. 8 minus 5 is RM3. So find the maximum profit that Injek Sariza can be obtained. So meaning, from this table, we can form another equations. So profit is equals to 4x velvet songkok plus 3y. Alright. So let's draw the table over here. X, Y, 0, 0. So how much when x equals 0, y equals to how much? So we only get profits equals to 4x plus 3y, but we don't have any constant, meaning the profit. So how do we get a constant? Okay, so we add a constant for it. How do we add it? So we multiply 4, multiply 3, we get 12. Then we multiply 10, we get 120. Alright, 4 multiply 3 multiply 10, we get 120. Why we multiply 10? It's because we want to scale up the whole thing. As you can see from here, all is 20. We start from 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, all the way until 200. If let's say we didn't scale up the it, 4 multiply 3 we get 12. How do we draw a graph using a 12? So we scale it up until 120 by multiplying 10. And then now we have these equations. When x equals to 0, y equals to 120 divided by 3 is 40. When y equals to 0, x is equals to 120 divided by 4 is 30. So let's draw here. When x equals to 0, y equals to 40. 0, 40 is over here. When y equals to 0, x equals to 30. 30 is over here. So let's draw a dotted line for this. This is the profit line, right? So how do you find the maximum profit? By moving across this shaded region, alright? So use another ruler or move parallelly until the last point of the graph. The last point is over here, right? So this is the last. After this parallel line will shifted out from the shaded region. We only look for things that inside this shaded region. So this point, let's find out what is the value of this point. We'll draw a straight line down to x-axis. We get a value of 50 over here. So here we'll draw a straight line towards y-axis. We get a 90 over here. Meaning the maximum profit is x equals to 50, y equals to 90. X equals to 50, y equals to 90. Alright? Then let's look for the second part of the question. If Encik Sariza buys 60 velvet songkok and white cloth songkok, find the minimum profit. Alright? Okay, before we jump into that, we know that the maximum profit is 50, x equals to 50, meaning when he sells 50 velvet songkok and 90 cloth songkok, he will get the maximum profit. So let's calculate how much using this. Right? 4 multiply x, 4x plus 3 multiply y is 90. How much we get? 4 multiply 50, you get 200 plus 270, we get RM 470. This is the maximum profit for Encik Sariza. Second part, if Encik Sariza buys 60 velvet songkok and white cloth songkok, so find the minimum profit. So 60 velvet songkok is x. So 60 minimum profit, meaning the first line touches the shaded region, right? Okay, here 60 all the way up. We are asked to find the minimum and maximum profit that can obtain. Okay, so 60 velvet songkok, then how much the cloth songkok we get? This is 30, right? Then the maximum is over here. So first, find out 60 at the x-axis, meaning the velvet songkok. Draw a straight line all the way to the top. Then the first touches the shaded region. Draw a straight line towards the y-axis, which is the cloth songkok. Then we will find 30 over here. So meaning 60, 30, this is the minimum profit. And then for the maximum profit, then you draw all the way, touches the shaded region again. Meaning after this, this straight line will not touches the shaded region again. So draw a straight line over here. We find out this is 72. So second part, minimum profit is 4x. X is 60 given. So 60 plus 3, y is 30. So this is 240 plus 90, we get RM 330. And maximum profit get 460, 3y. So 3y is 72 over here. So it will be 240 plus 72 multiplied by 3 is 216. So plus 240 will be RM 456. Alright? If you have any questions regarding this subtopic, feel free to comment below this video and we will further explain it to you.